All right, guys, I want to do one more day of just log practice and make sure you got these down. With me not being able to see your faces, I can't hardly tell if you're getting these really, really good or not. So let's just do one more day and make sure you got it. Please message me if you still have any trouble. Give you a few more problems a day. Your assignment's going to be on Google Classroom on a Google Doc. You can just do your work. It's not much work, really. Put your answers on that doc if you want to, or on another paper, and just turn it back into Google Classroom and we'll be good to go. All right, so watch this one carefully. Also, before we get going, we're going to do our first Google Meets on Wednesday during our class time. And I'll put that on exactly what time that is on tomorrow's video, because I'm not positive. But I'll put that on the video tomorrow, exactly what time that is. But you can look at your schedule, whatever time, in this case, whatever time D is, whatever time X is, that's the time we'll have our Google Meet at the very beginning of it. So, Wednesday. All right, so the first thing we got is finding each log without a calculator. And this is one of the main things I want to get you to be good at, is doing this without a calculator and understand how the logs work. And all you do is this right here. You take each log, you take that number right there, the base, and the answer to a log is an exponent. So you're trying to figure out what exponent would you raise 2 to get 32. Like 2 to the what power is 32? It's the fifth power, and you can take your calculator and kind of go 2 to the fourth. You can kind of punch this in, 2 to the third, 2 to the fourth, 2 to the fifth, and see if you can figure out what power it would be. All right, the second one here is 2 to what power would be 1/4. Okay, let's act like that's not a fraction. If it was just 4, I'd put 2, because 2 squared is 4. But because it's been flipped, don't forget a negative. I'm sitting here doing gestures like you can see me. A negative exponent flips. Remember, the answer is an exponent, so it would be a negative 2 power. So think about this. 2, if you raise 2 to the negative 2 power, you would square it, make it 4, and you would flip it, make it 1/4, which is what that is up there. All right, a couple more. Log 1,000. Now, if you see a log and it has no base, automatically the base is 10. Lost my pencil there. Base is 10. So it's asking you 10 to what power is 1,000. So one more time, if you see a log that has no base, it's automatically base 10. So 10 to what power is 1,000? The third one, there's 3 zeros. 10 cubed is 1,000. All right, let's keep rolling here. You got 2 more. The next one says log base 8 of 2, so 8 to what power is 2? Notice it's getting smaller. Whenever it's getting smaller, like the base goes to a smaller number, that means you're taking a root of that number. So what root of 8 is 2? And the answer is the cube root of 8 is 2. So what exponent represents cube root? I'm doing gestures again. Don't forget, bottom is a root, top is the power. Bottom is a root, top is the power. So it'd be 1/3 power, because the 3 means the cube root of 8, which is 2 to the first power. So it is 1/3. And the last problem, 8 to what power is 1? Think about that. What power do you raise anything to and get 1? It's the 0 power. Anything to the 0 power is 1. So that's the answer. Now, one thing I want you to get from the slide is how to make sure you got the pattern for how you do these. It's always the base to what power is that big number. The base to what power is that big number. If you're hearing background noises here, today's so pretty. I came outside. The wind's blowing a little bit. The birds are singing. The squirrels are jumping. The people behind us are swimming in their pool and screaming. So don't tell them what you're going to hear. All right. Convert to an exponential equation. Okay, this is the same thing. Actually, even easier than what we just did, because they're actually telling you what the answer is. So on this one, you would say 3 to that power equals 9. And you'd write that. 3 to the second power is 9. And hello, that's true. On this one, there's no base. Remember, that means the base is 10. Great, the guy behind me decided to solve something up. 10 to that power, 0.845, equals that number, which is 7. That's all you have to do. And the last one is just no numbers in here, so you want to make sure you got the power. T to the P power, oh my gosh, equals Y. And the reason I say oh my gosh is that's toilet paper, equals Y, which is in high demand right now. T to the P equals Y. So again, the same pattern. I'm trying to drill that in your head, how the pattern for working out logs. All right, but finally you get to do this. It says use your calculator, and it says log 3. Now you can only use your calculator when it's base 10. So somebody might just got my video right there on email. It says log 3. Because it's base 10, you can just punch your log button on your calculator. Once I punch in log 3, close your parentheses, and you get that number right there. They're usually going to ask you to go 3 or 4 decimal places, but there's the whole list. Then it says log 0.082, so just punch that in. You got that number. Notice it's negative because it's a decimal, which means you have to flip the 10 to get there. So if you have a decimal, you're going to get a negative answer. If you got a whole number, you should get a positive number. So one more slide. All right, last one here. It says find the log using the common logs and change the base formula. Okay, this is a problem right here. Log base 450. And the reason it's a problem is because I don't know, like the first thing we did today when I started going, like, I'm having a hard time here. When I started the video, I was going like, 4 to some power is 50. All right, 4 to what power? And the answer is there's not one. There's not a power of 4 that would give you 50. So what we can do is we can change the base. We can do this right here. We can make it, you can do log of the big number 50 over log of the base, which is log 4. And you can punch that directly into your calculator. I'm not going to be honest, I forgot to bring my calculator outside. But when you do that, make sure you close your parentheses around each one, punch it in, and you'll get a great answer there. On this one, the same way. There's no way you could do that in your head. So just do log of the big, when I say big number, I mean physically big number over log base. I remember it by base goes on the bottom. All right, so the base goes on the bottom. Make sure you use log both times when you do that. The wind's kicking up, you're probably hearing that. It's going to be on Google Classroom. It's a Google Doc. Just put the answers in there. Turn it in to me today. Make sure you turn it in today. Earlier the better. Some of you are doing great at that. Doing a good job so far. And remember, Google Meets on Wednesday, so plan that. We'll do our Google Meets during our class time on Wednesday. So be there or be square. See ya.